and you're going to put up with the bagpipes just to put you off. The Europeans, I don't know that they like the bagpipes. The Scottish bagpipes. It's only for a minute. That's not a good move, C5. It's not a good move. I'll try to undermine it. There you go. Well, thank God that's over. Bagpipe engine alert. I love it. The Jaluma knows. There we go. So I'm pushing the pawns to undermine your pawn structure. So your base pawn's down there. That's your base pawn to your pawn chain. And over here, your pawn chain is fractured. Your pawn chain's fractured. So I'm taking advantage of your fractured pawn chain, right? And so if I can bust up the fractured pawn chain, then I've got play along here. And that's what it's all about. We now have an isolated A pawn to attack. So now you can see why C5 was a bad move. And another pawn bites the dust. Bagpipe, bagpipe alert, bagpipe alert. That's Scotland the Brave, that music. You only get Scotland the Brave on our chess channel. You won't find it anywhere else. That's because we're total lunatics here. We're total lunatics. What are we? We're total lunatics. We're not half lunatic, we're total lunatics, and we're proud of it too. There we go. So now I've got 3, 4, but you notice all my pawns, right? All my pawns are sort of connected. They're connected in a wiggly sort of fashion, but they're connected. You have an isolated pawn. This is an isolated pawn. And you've got 4 here. They're nice pawns. I'll have to do something about them. If I want to win the game, I've got to do something about them. But of course, if I'm left with my 6 pawns against your 4 pawns, well, then I'm just 2 pawns up and I can get a pawn roller. So the big question is, how on earth do I... Oh, you solved my problem for me. How do you solve a problem like Maria? Well, there we go. We'll start off with coin here. That's a good move. Threatening to take your horse off. Now, we know all about the Springer Amranda Bring Shanda. And we know all about you've got personality. Now, come on, concentrate on your chest. I'm not trying to put you off your game. Teddy, what was that, Ted? What was that? I am trying to put him off his game. Teddy, how would I do that? What do you mean, yes, I would try to put him off his game? Teddy, that's a bit naughty. Saying that I would try to put him off his game and use psychology and throw in a Teddy as well. He said, what do you mean, don't use you? Come on, Teddy. You're the one that said that you were a grandmaster and you weren't really a grandmaster. And you filled out the grandmaster application form and then they approved you to be a grandmaster and then you had to give your title back, eh? And you were wearing lipstick. You had a chess engine in your lipstick. It's true. You know it's true, Ted. God, I don't know about that, Teddy. What's happening? I can take the night off. I've got 2 pieces on the night. It's my Go gang member. He's a gang member. I better behave myself. Hold on, straighten up your shirt, John. Behave, just be a good boy. Don't be naughty. Don't do anything controversial. We've got a gang member in the house. We've got a gang member in the house. Everybody be on their best behaviour. A gang member, like Bang Bang, I like that song, Bang Bang, he shot me down. Bang Bang, I hit the ground. Bang Bang, my baby shot me down. There we go. That was a good game. Play a rematch. Come on, Dilly Bash here. Dilly Bash is here. Come on, I'll give you another game. He's a My Go gang member. Woo-wee! Come on. I'll tell you what, some of these chess players, they're playing like gang members. They're criminals, they really are. They're trying to take all my pieces for nothing. That's theft. In New South Wales, under the Crimes Act, if you steal something, even if you find it, and you say, oh, I didn't steal his pawn, officer. It was just sitting on the side of the board. But there's a charge called in the crime under New South Wales Crimes Act in my state. It's called stealing by finding. So if you find a $10 note on the side of the street, right, and you pick it up, you put it in your pocket, that you can be charged with stealing by finding, right? Anyway, that's the law that say you find $5,000, you buy a house, you find $5,000 in the roof, and you keep it, you put it in your bank account, you spend it, but it might not be yours. It might belong to the person that last owned the house and they forgot about it. So you got this charge, stealing by finding. Well, what's that got to do with chess? Well, it's got a lot to do with chess. If you find a pawn on the side of the board, you say, hey, I just found this pawn. Yeah, we'll call the chess police on you, you see, and we'll charge you with stealing by finding. You've stolen that pawn, you see. So if I have a loose pawn, I'm not going to just let you get away with it. I'm going to charge you with stealing by finding. You've pinched my pawn. I'll call the chess police. Oh, you like that shot song too, do you? Yeah. Oh, they used to have a few good songs in those days. You can go back and look at the Shirelles and things like that. You know, yeah, go and have a look at the Shirelles on YouTube. Better still, you can have a look at my YouTube videos. There you go. You go and have a look at my videos on YouTube. know what I should do? I should have a match with Jaluma and put him on YouTube. I'll have a match with Jaluma and we'll play the bagpipes and we'll go crazy. And tell me something. In chess, and this is for all the beginners out there, please don't call the chess place on me, because there is a rule in chess, and I mention it again and again and again for all the grasshoppers out there. Right, it's true. Your sensei says, grasshoppers, examine all checks and captures, right? That's right. So that's what the sensei tells you. And he tells you week after week after week, he tells you examine all checks. And there's the check that we just examined. And what happens when we get a check? Well, we win a piece. That's what we do, don't we, boys and girls? Yes, boys and girls. Time to play the bagpipes. Some marching music. Yay! And as the horse drops, let's open up the game. Oh, he's checkmate me. I better run away. He's coming to get me. I'll cut off his king. That's what I'll do. I'll cut off his king. And then I will cut off his king again. We're marching straight back into there. That's what we're doing. We're marching straight back into there. We're marching. Woo! And then what we should do is do some analysis. Tyrion Defence, g'day buddy, how you going? We're going in there, we've got the marching music and we're throwing all the pieces at him. Right up there, throwing all the pieces in there. No, delibasnebi, you're actually a good player. I just make it hard for you, my friend. Yeah, I make it hard for you. So, but I'll give you another game, right? Because you're my friend, okay? Because you're a subscriber, because you're my friend, you subscribe to the channel, you deserve better. So you get another game if you want one. And I promise I won't put the marching music on. I'll promise not to put the marching music on. Unless, of course, my good friend from Scotland comes here, because I've got to bring him. He's got to meet the Scotsman. Big DG comes in. If I see if Big DG comes into the channel, well, the marching music goes on. Okay, so this is a good move, right? We're playing the Rye Lopez, and we'll take comedy aside, we're playing a Rye pairs, and this is one of the main lines of the Rye pairs. So delibasnebi is in a safe position. He's played one of the main lines of the exchange pairs. Okay. Now there are two moves that white can play here. There's three things that white can do, black can do. He could resign, but that would be a bit silly, wouldn't it? And then he could play queen to g5, and he could play queen to e4. So these are the two moves we consider, queen here and queen there. Okay, so now if we play queen to g5, Deli might move his knight back and attack the queen. Then we take the pawn and he plays rook here, and then the queen's got to go over here. Then he can play d4 and he gets a good game. So that's what I'm thinking, right? That's what I'm analysing. But I know that the mainline move goes queen here, and the book says equals. Now we'll have a look at the chess engine afterwards, and we'll see what the chess engine says you should play, right? Now there was the two moves, remember that, queen g5 or queen d4. And now we'll see what the chess engine says should be played. That's the correct move. Queen takes pawn, check. And now I've recovered my pawn, and I have the two bishops. And Deli's move now. And he's in check. Oh no, Deli, you should have put your queen here and changed queens. And the position's equal, right? Okay. So what if I go here now? Hold on a second. Bishop here. I pin the knight against the queen. Now you can see your king is misplaced, and it can't be too good. I'm going to double the pawns. So I'm taking the knight, and I'm on your queen. And my plan is to just play for the ending, right, with the double pawns, and try to attack your double pawns in the ending. That's correct. And then I'll take that one. I could have taken that one down there. That was a possibility. Maybe I should have taken that pawn. Oh, I think I made the wrong move, the wrong choice. Perhaps I should have played queen takes pawn down there. I think the engine's going to tell me that I shouldn't have taken the queen. I should have taken that pawn down there. But we'll find out what the engine says. I look at this position, I've got to say, where is a good square for my knight? And I'm looking at this maneuver here. Knight there, then knight there, and then knight there, because I would like my knight on that square. So sometimes with chess, what you like to do is you like to use your vision. Your vision. You imagine something in the future and say, oh, gee, I'd like to marry that girl in 5 years' time. You know, I'd like to go out with her. You've only just met her. You might think, oh, I like her. I'd like to marry her and have babies with her. Now, what's that got to do with chess? What's that got to do with chess? Well, I'll tell you what it's got to do with. It's about visions of the future. So I'm going to follow my vision, and I'm going to play knight e7. Okay? And I've told you what my plan is. My plan is to play knight here, right? And then knight there. But I might not put my knight there. Sometimes the threat is greater than the execution. Right. So I might leave my knight there. It's a lovely square for my knight. And now I can castle. And I'm threatening to take the pawn. You see? So I'm just using my vision to imagine what I'd like to do. And then I'm trying to make my dreams come true. And as they used to say on Disneyland, when you wish upon a star, 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 makes no difference who you are. When you wish upon a star. Hold on. Mickey used to sing this. When you wish upon a star, makes no difference who you are. When you wish upon a star, your dreams may come true. That's right. That's enough of that nonsense. And now that we're going to stop our wishing and a hoping, that's another song. A wishing, a hoping. Anyway, too many songs, too much prancing and dancing and nonsense. This knight's annoying me. I'm going to play knight here, and I'm going to attack that little pawn. See that? I'm going to attack Deli's pawn. I'm going to say, what are you going to do with that pawn, Deli? Well, Deli says he doesn't want it. Deli says he doesn't want the pawn. I'm going to take it off. Mainly because I get a double attack. Examine all checks, examine all captures. Even Minnie wishes upon a star that she too can capture a few pieces or capture Mickey's heart and have a lot of fun. Well, what I'm trying to do is have a lot of fun and pinch that D pawn. So I'm threatening the castle and I'm threatening the pawn with check. Thank you, Minnie. Thanks, Minnie. You're a good girl. She's a very good girl. She's a very good girl. What's he doing now? Well, I think that's a good check. You have to take it, Deli. You have to take it. You haven't got much choice in this variation. It's pretty well forced. This whole variation's pretty well forced. Rook takes. You know, this is not clear. This variation's not too clear. I've got to take that bishop. I don't like you pinching that pawn. I think I've got to rip that pawn. If I want to win, I've got to try to take that pawn. I've got a technical problem. I've got a technical problem. Yeah. This is where I've got a technical problem. I think that I've actually got to play rook here and go backwards. I don't like going backwards, but I believe that this is an exception to the rule. I've got 5 pawns and you have 4 pawns. But you had a big threat. Did you see your big threat? That's the correct move. That's the threat. And that's why I stopped it. That's why I played rook over 1 square and rook back, because I saw the threat. So I'm looking 3 moves in front, and Deli played it really well. He did very well. He played good chess. So what I'm looking at is I've got 4 pawns here. Right, I've got 4 pawns and he's got 2. And I know that his king, if his king comes marching up here with this pawn, that he could cause a lot of trouble. So what I have to do is I've got to cause trouble too with my pawns. It's not easy for me. It's not easy because my pawns are double. I've got double trouble. So now we're into a... Oh, no, that's a bad move. A better move would have been rook here. With the 2 rooks down there, then I would have had to have made a decision. Do I take the rook or what do I do? And then this rook would be already on the 7th rank. Then white would then follow with, white would then follow with king here and pawn there and king up and king up and king up and pawn there. And that's the way he should have played it. But now he's slowed down his play and allowed c5. So my pawns are now on the move and you've lost time. You had the important 7th rank, which you played for, and then you decided to give it up. Well, that's not good chess. Now, just protect that pawn. And then again, my pawns are a little bit more mobile. Okay, so now what do I do here? I'll move my king up to support my mobile pawns. Remember, I see this as a game between this pawn and these pawns here. Okay, so as long as that pawn just stays there, this pawn nullifies that pawn. And I've got that protected twice. So now I'll just gain some more space on that side of the board over here. Just improving my game. Now I can check, gain time, valuable time. Right, and now I can play rook here. Now the point of that move is that now I'm threatening to play check here and eliminate a back pawn. It's a very, 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 very big threat. Well, it's not the position that you should resign in. Let's have a look at what the engine says. Right, so just see what the engine says, Delhi. Oh, tra-la-la-la-la-la-la, and sweet Marie, who waits for me, there's a church bells ringing, something like that. I like that song. Anyway, right, so let's see now. Delhi played knight f3, a book move. Delhi's on the way. Book move, another book move, a6 book move. Delhi's playing well, he knows the exchange right, Lopez. Okay. Knight takes pawn. Okay. Now I suggested queen d4 or queen g4. Correct move. So that means that move was better than this move. Okay, but the engine says it's better for black. Okay. Knight there. Queen takes pawn check. Book move. Uh-oh. You see where the engine's pointing with the arrow? That you should play queen to e2. And the positions, well, the engine says that black's winning, but black's got a better opportunities, but it's not a clear win. There's a lot of play in the position and the material's equal. So that gives you a pretty even game, Delhi. So I played bishop there. You played knight there. I took the knight. Star move, best move. You took with the queen. Now I took the queen. Remember what I said to you? Perhaps my queen should take this pawn. The reason being is that if I took the pawn, you would have had 3 pawn islands, and after I castle, I've got the powerful d6 square covered, and it's very hard for you to get mobile. Okay, so that was the idea of taking this pawn instead of the queen. Pawn takes. The engine says black's got an advantage, but it's only minimal. Star move, best move. So when I wished upon a star, as I was saying, what I was doing was I was envisaging the right plan, right, long-term plan. G3, well, I say B3. D6 was better, a better move. Knight to F5, star move, best move. You can see how what we're doing is we're actually threatening to play knight here and attack this pawn and that pawn. It's a double attack. Very dangerous. Okay, let's see what Delhi did. Bishop there. Well, maybe I should play the double attack. I castled. Star move, best move. Well, you can't beat that. The engine says I did the right thing. Knight there. I played star move, best move. Very difficult situation. D3 was the best. Not easy for Delhi. Don't feel bad about this. In this position, it's really hard for anybody to find a good move. This was a very, very difficult position for White to find any good moves. So I took the pawn. I made a mistake. I took the pawn. The engine says I should have hit your horse with the pawn. You played rook there. Rook up one square further would have been a little bit better. Knight takes, rook takes. Now, it says black's winning. Bishop takes pawn. Okay. Now, let's see where I went wrong here. I took the bishop, best move. Rook takes, best move. It says black's winning. I took the pawn, best move. Rook takes pawn, best move. Rook to D2, question mark. Oh, I should play B4, the engine's saying. I didn't like rook E1 though. Whoa. Oh no, I know what the engine's saying. The engine's saying I could always play king here and fortify. And just go for queens. Oh, that's what the engine's thinking. Okay, right. So he played rook there. I played rook here. Oh, it says I should push the pawn up twice. Oh, engine. I didn't like him coming to the 7th rank. Rook there. What was the best move now? Oh, rook here. Remember that? Remember, Delhi, I told you that you should have played rook here and controlled the lines. And the position was nearly a draw. According to the book, according to the engine, that move would be nearly a draw. Okay? So had you played that, and had I played, say, rook here, that's a question mark move. So rook takes rook, rook takes rook. Then pawn here, is it? No, I think it's pawn here. Yes, star move. You see how the engine's saying this is pretty level. So you could have had nearly a level game against me had you moved your rook down here, right, like that, and doubled the rooks across here. Okay. So Delhi, you played a good game here. I'll have a look at your report card. 47.1% against me. That was pretty good. I was playing at 94.9% according to this engine. But you played 47.1. You actually played really well. For a 1,000 rated player, you can be proud of that game. Seriously, you can be proud of that game. It's just a shame that you didn't follow through with your idea and play rook to the 7th rank, right? So that your rooks would be joined along here, okay? That was your plan, and you didn't follow through with your plan. You're a bit concerned about it. I understand you're concerned, but sometimes if you've got a plan, you have to follow through as much as possible. Because without a plan, as sure as daylight, you're lost. But if you follow your plan, well, then you can normally be in there boxing, so fighting. But good game, delibasnebi. You can be very proud of yourself today. You finished up with possibly your best game, okay? Rightio. Thank you for that, my friend. delibasnebi is a subscriber to my channel, so I give him some extra time when he's playing games, because I always look after. Yes, Jaluma, I'll give you a game. Man like Jaluma, I remember now. I'm learning. And Jaluma is a subscriber to the channel too. And man like Jaluma, he's from Ireland. He's from Ireland, as is my wife. He's got a good score against me. He's 13.5, 2.5 is the score. So he's doing all right. He's strongest at blitz. So we'll challenge him to a blitz game. Because that's his strength. So we'll challenge him to his strength. Man like Jaluma. G'day, Stephen112. Good morning, Stephen. What are we going to do for Stephen? Well, what else do we do? This is for Stephen. He's come into our channel this morning. Man like Jaluma, you got to accept the challenge. Come on, man like Jaluma. Woohoo! No goofy moves. Where's Big DG? Where's me mate Big DG? Something's happened here. What's changed the position? What's the difference in the position, man like Jaluma? Is there a difference in this position that you might notice? You might just be noticing it now. Yes, Jaluma, you are a piece down. You've dropped your bundle. You're a piece down. There's a little thing in chess about who captures first and last wins a piece. Right, so you've got to be pretty careful of that, because it can get very expensive. Now all I do is I sit behind my pawns, my extra pawns and things, and I manoeuvre my pieces around, my extra pieces, and somehow I hope to score a point. I'm pretty good, thanks, Stephen112. How's your day been? I had a quiet day yesterday. Well, it depends on what you call quiet. Don't know where he's going with that knight. He's got a plan. I don't know what his plan is, but I'm going to do my best to thwart it. My knights are coming in. Hippity hoppity horsey! It's the hippity hoppity horsey attack. Biggie, 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 biggie. Oh, look at him. I'll go back. He's making me go backwards, ladies and gentlemen. He's making me go backwards. What's he doing there? He's going over there. Oh, well, we'll just change direction, won't we? We can change direction. Oh, look here, looks good. I like the idea of attacking the C pawn. So I'm threatening pawn takes pawn. I've got the rook on the file, you see, and rook on the file. Really important, rooks on files. So I can get my rooks motivated on the file, then I might be able to do something. So he goes forwards. So I can just put my knight over here. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just trying to improve my structure. Okay. So now that I've improved my structure, I can play king here. Right? And I've got a plan. Yes, I have a plan. Again, I've always got a plan, but sometimes I get a better plan. So I'm going to move my rook off that pawn because that pawn's protected by the knight, right? The knight's protecting that. So I don't have to worry about that. So I'm just changing direction. Just trying to make little improvements, tiny little improvements to my position. I've got 7 pawns and he's got 7. But his pawns are discombobulated. These pawns here are good. These pawns here are good pawns. Those pawns here, they look a bit yucky. So if I can find some way to attack them, I'd be very happy. Anyway, I'm just going to play a rook here and double the rooks on that pawn. I can't take it off, that's right, but it gives me the presence of mind and the comfort to know that he can't do anything, right? He can't do anything. That's important in chess, that your opponent can't do anything. You tie them up in knots, and then you can work out a winning plan. So once he's all tied up, then I can sit back with plenty of time on my clock, sit back like a king and go, "Rawr, Hulk smash!" Oh, I saw King Kong versus Godzilla the other day. He resigned. That's the sort of position. Oh, you're a piece down. Yeah, you should resign, I suppose. Eventually, I'll get you. My plan was to play pawn here, right? Say you played rook here. I'll play pawn here. And say you moved your rook back, just waiting, thinking, well, he can't break through the middle. Well, I'll try to break through around the corner. Okay, that was my plan, right? So then you go here or something, or you go over here. And then I was going to just go rook over here. Okay, I didn't want to take the pawn myself. I wanted to, because you can't push, so you've got to sit there. So if you play a move like, say, rook here, or on that pawn or something, I just double the rooks over here. And then you're forced eventually to take that pawn. And then I'll take back, and then that pawn falls. You see? So it's just a matter of slowly working out a little line that ties you up, and then work out where your weakest point is on the board, and then capitalise on it, okay? So you lost a piece early, so it's not worth analysing. We won't analyse that game. And Jaluma, if I were you, you know what I would do? I would blame it on the fact that it's 2 a.m. in the morning where you are, okay? Jaluma's in Ireland, and it's 2 a.m. in the morning, and we should play some Irish music, shouldn't we? Some shillelaghs, throw in some shillelaghs. And I visited an old Irishman yesterday. He was in the nursing home. It's my wife's father. I told you she's from County Mayo in Ireland. And I visited her good wife's dad, right? And he used to love to sing a song. and he used to sing in the church and things like that. And he used to like to play the accordion. See, Irish are very, very musical, aren't they, manlikejaluma? Yeah, so the Irish are very musical. And old Joe, he used to like to play his accordion. Well, it used to drive his wife nuts. Drive her absolutely, totally nuts when he would play his accordion. But the old Irishman loved it. He did. He loved playing the accordion. You know the accordion? Yeah. Anyway, Jaluma wants one more game. Okay. So Stephen, he's a follower to our channel. Stephen's very, very popular. He's always in here and he's having a laugh. Whoop! Got them all done out with the bagpipes. So much bagpipe music. I think I'll have to have a bit of a rest from that now. Otherwise I'll go crazy. Goofy's from America, and he's not really, he's into marching bands. They have lots of marching bands in Disneyland, don't they? But he's not too fond of too much bagpipe music. I'll pin that knight. I don't like that bishop. You know I don't like. Everyone knows I don't like that bishop. I like those squares there. I always say I like those squares. So what's he going to do? What's his plan? The Jaluma. All aboard the Jaluma hype train. The Jaluma bomb cloud. Here we go. Charge! Charge! It's like a mad hyena, isn't it? Charge! Okay. Well, all I've got to, my plan is just to push that pawn. Whee! Whee! Oh, hold on, what's he doing? Has he got a counter plan? I'm going to push my pawn up. He might have a plan there, but better not. Hope he doesn't hurt me. Don't hurt me, please don't hurt me. At least I asked him nicely, didn't I? Oh, here he comes. He's hurting me. I'll take that with the pawn. He wants to hurt me. Oh, push pawn. Could be checkmate. Could be. Could be checkmate. Mickey says could be checkmate. You know, Mickey's got a high-pitched voice. How high? A very high-pitched voice. It's Mickey. My name's Mickey, and I've got a very high-pitched voice. Mickey, you've been on the drugs for too long, Mickey. Nothing serious. Nothing serious. Mickey's had his vaccination. He's not going to get the coronavirus. I can guarantee you Mickey will not get the coronavirus. Have you had the vaccination, Mickey? No, he says he hasn't had one. He doesn't need one. Mickey's not going to get the virus. Hey, Mickey. He's been around for hundreds of years. Well, almost hundreds of years. Probably about 50 years or something. Well, what do we do here? Well, we can protect our thing. Protect something. Well, I can take that pawn off. We can move our rook down there and pin his horse. That's all right. That's good. I hope. If it's no good, well, it's no good, is it? It's either good or it's no good. Don't pin me horse, Mickey says. Don't pin me horse. Biggie. A man like Jaluma is playing well in this position. It's balanced. And I haven't got any knockouts. I can't see a knockout, so I'll just put the knight up there. I just don't want his knight to go to c4. So I'll put my knight up there first. Put the knight up there, as you do. Oh, he's going there now, is he? Okay. Well, I could take his knight off. Knight alert, knight alert, knight alert. There we go. He's missed something. What's he missed? What's he missed? Knight check alert, knight check alert. Well, he takes one knight, but we recapture with the knight. Knight check alert, knight check alert. And you might notice if you count the pieces now, white's got 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, and black's got 5 pieces. Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces. 5 pieces beats 4 pieces. So that, my friends, is the end of the game. Okay, so how do we win now? What do we do? What's the best move in the position? Well, knight takes pawn wins, but it's not. Don't want to give him a piece back, do we? We can play rook takes pawn, but he has got a little saver in pawn bishop 4. Then we can play knight hits queen. Did you see that one, boys and girls? Did you see that one? Oh, it's not really good, but we'll do it anyway, just for fun. Okay, we're going to do it just for fun, just to show you what happens. Because either way, we can't lose this game, because we are champions, aren't we? We are the champions. We are the champions of the world. So I can get my knight trapped, but he's got to open up his king. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. He has to open his king. So we go there and attack his queen. And now this is part of the follow-up procedure. In chess, you've got to have a follow-up procedure. Now we're on his queen, and he can take my rook, but he loses his queen with check. And then I've still got a piece up, so he moves away. Okay, so now what do we do now? Well, we can pin his queen. Look, we can pin his queen. We can pin his queen, or we could just take a pawn off and hold the what's it called? Couldn't we? We could hold that. Okay, we'll take that one. Now the knight's still protected. So we're threatening, that's right, we were threatening to get the knight out, but now we're on the rook. We don't give him any rest, ladies and gentlemen, no rest. And now finally, what do we do here? Finally, it looks like he's got out, but we'll give him a damn knight check. Give him a knight check. Then he has to, if he wants to get his piece back, he has to take that one. And we recapture. So, but if we look at the final position, we have what's called an outside pass pawn. We've also got a rook against a queen and a bishop. And that's a clear win for the good guys. Queen takes pawn check. Now we have an outside pass pawn. So what we do is we just protect our pawn here. And then we just move our queen forwards and we push this pawn all the way through to there. And one, and we've only got a few squares to go. We just keep going. 2. It's really simple stuff. 3. And then if he doesn't take it, we're going to get a queen. Go doo, doo, like that. See? And that's how we make a queen. So he takes that and he stops the queen. So we go here. And we threaten to push the pawn. No, he didn't stop it. So we push the pawn. And there goes his bishop. And then we go rook back, check. Give him a pawn check. Move our king forwards. And checkmate next move, is it? Or, no, he could have pushed this pawn and stopped the checkmate. But that's checkmate. There you go. Well, that was a good game. Very instructive. That's how you collapse a position, you see. And we might not have played the best moves there. Like if we go and have a look at the game on the engine analysis, what would the engine analysis say? It'd say boom, 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 boom. We'll see how manlikejaluma played. Right there. All book moves. He's playing well. Up to move 6, 5 or 6 castles. Knight there. Okay. Pawn there. Good move. Yeah. Castle. Star move. Rook to E1. Bishop G4. It's okay. Position's equal at this stage. So we're up to move 9 and the position's equal. Queen takes bishop. Good move. Knight D7. A4 is excellent move. Position's still dead level. Rook B8. Excellent. Queen E2. Best move. Star move. Well played, Jaluma. A6. Star move. Best move. Bishop F4. Good move. But bishop E3 was better. B4, 5, takes, knight D2, excellent. B4, best move, star move. Rook C1, excellent move. You see, and the position's pretty close, and we've played 16 moves, so Jaluma's playing really well. We took the pawn off, excellent move, and we pinned him. It's a good move, but not the best. Rook to A8 was the best move, apparently. So he's playing back there. So I played knight there, and I thought, you beauty, star move. And that's when what do they say? The rudder fell off the ship. Because what I identified was the king, the knight, king and the queen. The only thing stopping this check was that knight, and if the queen moves here and recaptures, it's still in the knight for perimeter. So rook takes knight, star move, and then he was busted. And let's see how the game went then afterwards. Bishop takes, knight takes, king to G2, rook takes D3, star move. Star move. It says pin him. It says pin him and teach him a lesson. That would have been a good move. I suppose if we'll see what the engine would have done. Pinned him, and then he would have had to have gone here, and then knight here. See what the engine says about that one. No, wrong move. Oh, wait a sec. Oh, the engine says, no, just take the pawn off. King takes knight. And that's how you would win that position. And then you just play queen here and queen there or something. Yeah, so that's that. Either way, it doesn't matter. It's just a whitewash after that. Yeah, but the point was we showed you how we can get in there. And thank you very much, Jaluma, for Jaluma's positives. And don't forget, you had a lot of positives in your game too. So you've got to take the positives out of your game. Don't think about playing me, I lost again. Think about, hold on a minute, I was playing really, really good chess. So next time I play someone 1600, a little bit stronger than me, I should be starting to show my true strength. If I play the same strength I played as against John, I'll be beating 1700 players, right? And that's the way you've got to think. Thank you very much, my friend. I'll tell you what I'll do. I had a late night last night. I'm going to go and have morning tea. I'll go and have a cup of coffee. I'll save my voice and I'll stream again tonight maybe. Later on tonight, I'll be able to stream for people in about 8 hours' time. And then I'll be able to stream again twice in one day if I don't overdo it. And I really hope you both all enjoyed the chat. And I want to thank Stephen for coming in. Stephen, did you want a game? Stevie, are you still here, buddy? Because if Stephen wanted a game, I'd give him a game. Because Stephen's special to me. Steve, you right? Okay, so what I'll do is I'm just going to leave you now. I'm going to finish up with the Pipes and Drums Parade, Scotland the Brave.